My cosplay name is Shion Mizuki.
My cosplay name is Yoko Suzuki.
My cosplay name is Aoi Dove.
Cosplay name is Noi Ishirana.
We also have another member, but he wasn't able to make it here today, so hopefully next time.
Who was your first anime cosplay character? And tell us a little bit why you picked them.
Wait, does it have to be like an actual anime?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess my first anime cosplay character was Haruhi Suzumiya, a little bunny girl outfit. If you were here at the cosplay yard sale 2011. Yeah, that was me. Being type of word. I guess.
Why did you choose it?
Yeah, tell us a little why.
Why did I choose it? I'm a dancer, and I needed a last-minute cosplay. And I had a leotard, a one-piece suit that I didn't like, so I just turned that into my cosplay. And yeah.
My first anime cosplay was for SAP Winter 2012. Yeah. And what was it? It was Kisa Soma from Fruits Basket. Yeah, it was my first cosplay that I made from scratch. Next is Dove.
Of course.
My first cosplay was Akito wa Nijima from Air Gear back in, I believe, '08. I chose him because who doesn't like psychotic characters? Easy choice. And because it's always fun that if you can incorporate your own style into the character's outfit if you want to be casual outfits. So that's why I
One of my first costumes ever made was Wing Zero. Was like the workout SD version of it. But I made it, but I really never got to wear it because space in the car was very, very valuable. So I never got to wear it to the con. But I did get to wear it to like run out and like take pictures and adjusting it to
Next question. How do you guys go into creating a cosplay group? How do you find members? How do you guys decide if you guys are a good mesh into being a group, etc., etc., etc.? I see I hit a nerve.
It's not like I can tell that story.
Well, I know which parts you guys are talking about, but how did you guys decide that your guys' friendship was strong enough to start a cosplay group?
And Cartel After Dark. Well, this specific group, we just decided since we were doing a whole bunch of cosplays together that we should actually make a legit group. It actually took a whole lot of time to actually get all of us together and agree on stuff. And yeah, we're just really good friends. And as far as selecting goes, just make sure you're all friends and that you're cool and yeah, you trust them enough.
And if there's ever drama, it's not too much if you're actually friends with them. That's just to sit down and talk it out. Because there's always going to be con drama, we all know about it. And there's always going to be that one person who steps out and says, oh, well, this is wrong. But it's not something to start a big argument about. It's something to sit down and talk about. Especially, with your close friends. Because within the cosplay group, that happens quite often. Especially if you're in a bigger cosplay group and you're not too tight a group of friends, you can get in arguments rather easily.
Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, basically, every friend inside a group, you must be very, very open-minded to one another to the point where you guys are all very, very comfortable with telling, like your problems, and then pretty much like the type of friends that you have in your group, you actually take the time and the caring to actually sit down and talk to them out, and they'll probably they'll give you suggestions and other than that, they're probably there to help you along the way throughout the journey. But yeah.
First of all, like, do you guys know Fighting Dreamers?
Yes.
Yes, I follow Twin School on Tumblr, and he quoted that it's never a good thing if there's a hierarchy going on in the cosplay group. No one is better than another. You guys just help each other improve your skills and just work things out. One of the biggest problems with cosplay groups is deciding which character everyone should cosplay as, especially with a big group like Bleach, or maybe you want the main Naruto cast. So it's a good idea to be open-minded, step out of your comfort zone to try on different cosplays, because it kind of, well, for me personally, it helps you become a better cosplayer by trying out new techniques, new skills, and eventually you will see major improvements in less than a year or so.
Basically just teamwork and don't be afraid to try new things. That's basically what we're saying.
Also, if your friend really wants to do a character that you want to do, if you're willing to do another character, even if you're iffy about it, if your friend wants it more, it's nicer to give your friend that. Like, you can talk it out, but there's always going to be that one problem if you want to do the same character as someone else. But if you have teamwork and good relationships, you can talk it out and usually come to a compromise.
Anybody got any questions?
Questions about a cosplay group?
What's the biggest argument you've been in?
The biggest argument you've been in?
Yeah.
As a group?
As a group, as far as cosplay.
What soda we should buy at a con? Actually, have we been in big arguments?
Yeah.
Well, any that I can remember.
Our biggest argument ever was finding a place to eat.
What is it?
AOD.
Okay, well, yeah, that was a big problem. It's not like you guys don't want to eat Japanese food in Japantown. Who goes to Japantown and doesn't want Japanese food? Just because I'm a white guy, I'm sorry. You know, Asian food every day. You get what I mean. You know, the Asians don't want to eat Asian food. But no, that's not. But I'm a white guy. I eat hamburgers and then go to Japantown and I want rice and curry and stuff. But we've gotten into some not real arguments, but altercations about how an outfit should be made, or how we should do it, or where we should do it, or people who should do it with us, type things. Like, sometimes there's problems of people being overbooked. I'm personally booked up all for Fanime, and we were supposed to do a character, and we just had to talk about that yesterday. And it's just depressing for the person who you're telling that, no, I can't do that because I have too many, which can cause an argument, but that goes back to the whole being close to your friends and being open-minded enough to say, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, that was a big thing last night, but you know, just be open-minded, you know, strike a compromise. There's nothing bad about being honest with your friends, especially when you're in a cosplay group. And anybody else? Questions?
What was the funnest anime you've ever cosplayed from?
This one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, our current, except for this one, our current cosplay is the anime Nana, if you don't know it, by Ayazawa. All about like rock and roll and drama and fashion and stuff. And we just spent last weekend in San Francisco at AOD, Animation on Display, the whole weekend in this. The best fun ever.
Another one is Tales of the Abyss. Like, we have our own inside jokes about this Tales series. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Sassy black preacher Ion.
Yes.
We don't know what it means, but it sounds hilarious.
Anything with sassy black preacher in it is gonna be hilarious.
It's a given.
Anything else we can think of?
Any outfit you can have fun in. Hands down. If you can find a character where you can relate to in personality, then you can have as much fun with it as you want. But if you have a separate personality than the character, That's exciting. This is personally my favorite and most fun because of, well, I could be a total man whore. Who can have fun with that? I mean, come on! The character's a prostitute.
Also, even when you're out of cosplay, like we do like role plays out of cosplay of our favorite series like Kingdom Hearts, Nama, Tales of the Abyss, like all the time. Like just this, like when we were coming here, we were in my car and we're like having arguments about like you're breaking this family apart about like our Kingdom Hearts cosplay. And yeah, just playing out role playing and yeah.
How do you get into cosplay? What gets you into wanting to wear the costumes and kill yourself and your wallets and whatnot?
Let's be honest, your wallet is sad.
For me, going to a con and seeing all these people wearing amazing costumes, it's you just want to like, I want to be friends with this cosplayer, but I'm not. Like I've noticed that it's personally for me, my opinion, is that it's easier for you to interact and make friends quickly if you're in the same costume as the other person, like from the same series.
Cosplay friends.
Yeah, I don't like. Some people have problems when there's doubles or triplets, like the same person cosplaying as you. You know, like I don't know your character, but I don't find it as a problem. I actually find it really fun. Like you could actually talk about your character and have some fun with it. So.
Yeah, like sometimes you'll meet other cosplayers cosplaying as the same character as you, and then suddenly it's the prop dress effect. It's like who wore it better, you know, who made it better, stuff like that. And then here comes Doug. Personally, I choose like my costumes and cosplays if it's a series I don't know. Then if it's somebody that I really care about and they say, hey, you need to cosplay so-and-so. And I'll look them up, and if I feel like I can pull them off, then I'll go, okay. But usually I just choose my cosplays for like, if I'm really hardcore into the fandom, like Nana, and you guys probably see me at cons cosplaying as like Xion from Kingdom Hearts a lot. But yeah, as long as, like if you have like love for the character, and you can do it because there's a minute you people might love some characters and you want to cosplay it, and then you look at their art and your wallet, your brain, and everything starts crying. But yeah, just love for the character and yeah.
Okay.
It's your fault.
I know it's my fault. One of my ways of me choosing my characters is, yes, you know, love the show, series. I honestly love Full Metal all the way. Like, choosing the character, I'm basically choosing a character based on my body type. Like, small legs, but then upper chest, which is kind of like Alphonse, which I have at City, stored away for anime. But other than that, it's basically like favorite movies, like shows, and then like people that you relate to, like me and Doug right now. You talk about it.
Well, I think so. From like cursing you out of that camera. He's gonna break my wallet because the other day we were looking at figures and his 3D designs, and we've come to the conclusion that we're actually going to do Iron Man and the Patriots. But after all the research we've done is we're going to make a lot of it mechanical, and that comes to his work with armor, and then I can do circuitry, but it's going to break both of our wallets. It's a fact. It's just going to, yes it is. I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life. Not just broken, I'm gonna be in debt because of cosplay. It's you. Keep showing me armor that I can't work with armor that well. I've done a few things here and there, but my friends always help me. This guy. I don't talk to you.
But if you are gonna make a cosplay, make sure you check, because there are some cosplay where it's really health hazard. Because right now, I'm messing with resin, okay? That's really bad, okay?
Wear a mask.
Yes, okay.
And goggles.
2 things you need before you go to your room with resin. Safety goggles, respirator.
Where do you find a good commissioner? And I know you guys make your own stuff also, but any experiences, or do you guys say that it's better to make your own, etc., etc.? Who wants to go?
With commissioners, some cosplayers get all what's the word to use?
Uppity?
Uppity. That's a good one. Mine wasn't necessarily appropriate though. Some cosplayers get very uppity about, oh, did you make that yourself, or was it commissioned?
I'm smiling.
Personally, I don't mind using commissions. I've had a bunch of my good friends, like my best friend Martin, who lives up in San Jose, has done a bunch of commissions for me. He just helped me with my cloud armor, or crisis core, and there's nothing wrong with commissions. There is something wrong with getting a commission, then taking credit for that work. No one wants to make something and put hard work into it to have someone else take credit for it. I think we've all been there probably. Make something, have someone else take credit for it. Yeah. It's a very aggravating thing. Personally, I've been through it a few times. But there's always the self-worth of making it yourself, and the pleasure and confidence to do it. After you finish it, you're so happy with yourself after doing it. But then there's always the stress of in between when you're making it, and you know, you're at that point where you just want to quit. You just don't want to do it anymore. But then after you finish it, it was all worth it.
So if you are gonna make the costume yourself, like where do you like learn to actually even start? Like how to make something like that?
Google is your best friend. Just start researching, look at the character. I personally find my patterns or my techniques through YouTube, specifically through a YouTube channel called Threadbanger. If you ever do look at it, go through their backlog, because that's where all the good stuff is. But really just start researching, Google. If you can, take a sewing class at like Joann's or your school or something, and just start experimenting, start researching.
Another thing you can do is, as she said, just start out on something that you don't want to do for the character, and just practice on that. Make a bunch of shirts, button-up shirts. Hey, you'll have a bunch of button-up shirts in your closet, but it's practice. It's learning how to do the stitching right and all that. But YouTube, Google, best friend. And one thing is, no matter how hard you try, unless you're a super perfectionist and you undo it multiple times, there are things that aren't going to be right. You'll see it because you made it. But when you go to a con, not a lot of people are going to notice. They're not going to get up and like pull the seam and look at it. So I've done that so many times by making an outfit and it's just like, oh, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, no one's going to get that close to you. So if you see something wrong with it, you're seeing it because you made it. The person who's looking at you from afar isn't going to notice all the imperfections that you know.
Ask around. If you have friends that know sew, if you're a grandma or your mom, someone that knows sew and they know their stuff, ask them, how do I do this? Right? If, YouTube and Google is good, but for some people out there, they need that, you know, the first-hand experience, because you're not gonna be able to, like, sometimes, like for me, YouTube, I watch it, I'm just like, I get it, but it's like, I don't have this material. Where can I get this? Like, am I doing it right? Yeah, I go to her. Yeah, and we usually have sleepovers, cosplay sleepovers, where we ask each other, like, okay, you're good at this, show me, and I will copy what you're showing me. And we usually learn faster that way. Just depends on how you learn.